Need I say more? Because if I do, you haven't lived. You're not really alive. Like I hate to tell you, but you're pretty much a zombie. And I, I don't know what to tell you. Leon Scott Kennedy's gonna have to come and shoot you in the head. Here, all right. Hello, everybody. Master University Doc here. Just a little bit more. I wanted to talk to you about something that happened to me yesterday that was very profound. Yesterday, I was listening to an audio that featured a guy who was a top income earner in multiple businesses, a particular SEO magician, they call him, named Rob Ford. And this was following the week that I literally went up to PA to hang out with some friends. I did that from about Sunday to Friday, so yesterday, from today's video, and I didn't do much. And upon going home, I was now faced with my emotions of how I felt about that. And it led me to start thinking about, what do I really want? And I keep asking myself this question as if I don't know what it is. And I think it's because I don't realize what my motivation or my desire is, and what my major definite purpose must really be, as if it's different than what I already stated about 1,000 times. So I realized that I was probably focusing on the wrong thing. And it was only after I was listening to Rob Ford and his profound statements of when he was about to die. He was diagnosed with cancer and he was given about 2 years to live. Now, he had once suffered a brilliant business decision leading him to bankruptcy and homelessness, basically leaving his family in a really bad situation, and his pride leaving him to go ahead and rough it out in the streets. And when he realized that he hadn't been too successful in building a decent income in a business, he only made the real decision to go ahead and build his business when he realized that if he were to die, he would need an income that could go beyond his physical presence and sustain his family so that they didn't have to experience that again. He made a real decision when he hit his excuse bottom, he calls it, where they realize that they're tired of the excuses and they're tired of living small, and they want to know what it is they have to do to move on. Some people don't make that decision, and I realized that I had made that decision still. The first and most profound lady I talked to yesterday was a lady named Catherine Carpenter, and she's an evangelist in Wilmington, Delaware. And I met her on the bus as I was riding on to go get additional fare for riding the bus in Delaware. So, and then eventually to the mall to buy The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker, which is now in my possession. And we were talking on the bus, and the first thing she did was compliment me on my hair. She loved how long it was, thought it looked nice. And we got off of the bus, and then all of a sudden she just started sharing her story. And so we sat on the middle of, on the side of the road after the bus had dropped us off for about a half an hour. And she was a really nice lady, Caucasian, had blonde hair. She was a little short, had really piercing gray eyes because I guess she had really not so dilated pupils, so it gave her the appearance of a piercing gaze. But she was really upbeat and very, very positive and high spirited. And so she was telling me about her story of how she became an evangelist. And it was not only Rob Ford who had listened to talk about being homeless, but now this lady who realized or mentioned that she was homeless for almost 2 years. And what this led her to was clinical depression, where she literally would not eat, and she wouldn't drink anything, and she wouldn't even go to the bathroom, and so the body was breaking down on her. And it was right around that time when she was homeless that she realized something about her spirituality. And that was that upon sitting on the streets, she had no reason under the sun not to give herself up to Jesus. And so ever since then, she's been helping other people, especially homeless people like herself, or people who was homeless, or are homeless like she was, to be saved and to, work or do God's work. And I thought that was very profound because I realized that the two similarities in the story weren't so much the situation that led to the real decision, but the decision itself. I was talking to two other people. One guy was a guy who he confessed to making a lot of dumb mistakes in his youth back when he didn't care, and it leading him to have real issues in the state of PA and lose some of his freedom. And he says sometimes you got to see a little bit of blood before you really make a huge decision. But the wise man doesn't have to live that extreme. I don't really know how wise the advice was, but I got what he was saying, and that's that you don't have to go through life-peeling experience to make that decision. It's really only those things that make you realize that what you've been doing isn't getting you anywhere but into trouble, or dying, or your family in trouble, or some profound effect that you don't want to happen. It was only then that I realized that it's not so much about the conditions. It's not so much about how I feel or the profound emotional transformation, but the decision itself. And it's something that can be made with or without the profound life-changing experience. And so when I realized that I was trying too hard to attach my emotions, my feeling, to my desire and to my work, I decided to remove emotions from the equation of doing the work and amplify them when it came to the results of my daily activity. Because I feel as though I've been afraid to really express my emotions because I don't like putting them out on the line for fear of how I'll handle them. I've made a decision, whether I feel it or I don't feel it, that I'm going to make it happen. And I also realized that if I'm going to do this, it's because I chose to. It's because I made the decision. Not because I feel it, not because of my major definite purpose, not because I have all these things that I want. No, it's because I've made a decision to live my life this way. And I've made a decision to do what it's going to take to be successful as a result of this lifestyle. That's all that matters to me. Because without that, my sense of identity is nothing. Not that my self-worth is going to go anywhere, but who I am is an online and home business entrepreneur. And I'm going to take everything that comes with it, the good and the bad, no matter what the cost. What do you guys think? And what exactly your major definite purpose? Is it what motivates you or drives you? Is it your family? Is it money? What really drives you? What drives me is the integrity that because I've made this decision and decided this is who I am, that I'm going to stick to that and be true to myself. Because integrity is one of my most important values. And I'd be lying to myself if I said that this is who I am and I didn't do the things that came with it. I would love to hear you guys' responses. So be sure to like and share this if it's on Facebook, or like and subscribe if it's on YouTube. And be sure to check out my links and lock arms with me, because I'm only moving towards success. And if you want to lock arms with somebody who's serious about what they're doing, life-changing moment is when I realized that it's either this or it's death. I'll see you guys next time. Have the best day ever. And Krispy Kreme